Hey there, I want to share with you today how you can organize all of your paper recipes using a simple notebook and a folder divider. You normally think about paper clutter being in an office setting, but in our kitchens, it can really pile up if you don't have a way to organize recipes. Pinterest is great, but a lot of times cooking from a screen like a laptop or an iPad can be really hard. So oftentimes I will print a recipe from the computer. I also will tear one out of a magazine, and sometimes people give them to me. And so I really like having a way to keep them organized. So what you're gonna do to get your recipes organized is get a folder, gather all of your recipes together, and think about how you use them. When you are meal planning or thinking about what you want to cook that day, do you think about, is it easy? Or do you think about maybe what you have on hand? Oftentimes a protein of some sort. Or maybe you think about what you're in the mood for. Is it more summery food or wintry food? How I organize my notebook is not necessarily going to be how you organize your notebook. So, for example, I have two notebooks actually. One of the notebooks is only entrees. It includes meatless, mains, seafood, pork, beef, chicken, and then soups and stews. The soups and stews usually have one of these proteins in it, or maybe they're meatless, but I keep them separate because a lot of times when I go for a soup or a stew, it's because it's easy, or it's because it's winter time and I want something cozy that makes me feel warm. The other notebook is appetizers, sides, breakfast, drinks, sauces, and dressings. So what I want you to do is, when you have yours gathered, think about how you want to divide your recipes. When you do, put them in the different sections, and then you're going to want to buy the dividers here, and I prefer mine with a pocket, and I'll tell you why in a second. Then you'll also need some of these clear sheets from, mine are from Staples, but you can get them anywhere. And this is so when you're going to cook, you can pull this out of the notebook and have this on the counter, and if there's a spill or something, you can simply wipe it off and then put it back where it's supposed to go. So once you have your recipes divided into the different sections, I'll hold it up and see if you can see, like this, then one trick is to put the recipes that you cook and use regularly in the sections. Then use the pocket for recipes that you want to try. So, for example, in my meatless main folder here, I have a few recipes that I want to try because we like cooking new things around here. So here's a Chipotle sweet potato noodle salad with roasted corn from Pinch of Yum. I love their website. So that way when I go to cook, sometimes I don't want to try something new, but then other times I do. I have a little more energy and I want to. Another tip outside of using the folder for that is when you're organizing your pages, put any related recipes together. So for example, this is my So Addicted chicken enchilada recipe. And then on the other side, this is from the Skinny Taste cookbook. I love that one too. And then on the other side is the best enchilada sauce from scratch. So this is a great way. I know when I'm cooking this, I'm cooking the sauce too at the same time. So this is a great way to keep those together. And then another example of how I use these sheets, here is a recipe, slow cooker, clean eating white chicken chili recipe. And it's actually a 2-page recipe. And so instead of having two different recipes back to back, I will let it take the 2 pages. Otherwise, I would have one single recipe on one side and one single recipe on the other, just to save how many sleeves I have to use. So that's all the tips for me. I am excited to see how you organize your recipes And please comment below and share what you do, and if you have any tips that you'd like to share with me. Thanks.